Hi everyone, Karim here again from Royal Lepage. Here's part two of the first time home buyer series to help you understand how to buy a home, and all of my tips and tricks will be in here too. Lower my screen here and start right away. So part two is related to showings and offers. As a first time home buyer, this might be new to you, but if you hire a realtor, their job will be to find the best suited home. Um, your job will be to search via elimination, so it might be overwhelming at first with all of your options, but as you go through your search, you'll find it easier and easier as you'll pinpoint what you're looking for, and your lender's job will be to stand by. A realtor's job really here is to write an offer that protects the buyers. Hence why it's so important as a first-time home buyer to have a realtor who's not only experienced but working in your best interest, helping you write your offers. Your job here is stick to the plan. It's very easy to get emotional, especially in a market that is a bit hotter, where there could be multiple offers for the same house. You could get emotional and say, F it, I'm going to offer way above market value. It's important for you to stick to the plan, know what your comfortable budget is, determine what that home should be worth, and offer no more than that. Your lender's job here will be to answer questions. So as we're looking for a home and about to write an offer, we will have some questions for your lender regarding what timelines they need in order for us to know if we can say, buy a home and close within a month. Can your lender meet that timeline? It'll be important for us to ask our questions, but it'll also be important for us to hire a lender that will be responsive and helpful and will answer the questions we have for them. Very few people know, or at least very few first-time home buyers know, that you need a deposit with your offer in Ontario. That deposit could be, is most likely going to be due within 24 hours of acceptance of the offer. We can write the offer in any way you'd like. We can write it in a way that you're submitting your deposit at the same time as the offer, or we could write it most oftentimes it's going to be due within 24 hours of acceptance. So it's important for you to make sure that the deposit money you have for this offer will be available to you to access. It's not invested anywhere. It's perhaps in a savings account that has easy access. Your deposit will be refundable if your conditions are not fulfilled, meaning that if you have an offer written here with conditions, say you have a condition of inspection, if you complete your inspection during that conditional period and you determine you do not want to buy the home anymore because of something that came up during the inspection, your deposit will be refunded to you. Something to note, though, is that the deposit can take a few business days to make it back to you. So it's important for you to make sure you're happy to commit to a home at least a little bit, since if something else comes up and the deposit is tied up with this property here, you may not be able to put an offer for this home and put a deposit on the other home of interest. So it's important to be a bit cautious with where you place a deposit, even if you have conditions that protect your deposit. Something else to note is that oftentimes we recommend the deposit being between 1% and 5% of the purchase price. Deposit can truly be any number you want. It could be $1, it could be $1 million. But what we see winning in the market is usually at least 1% of the purchase price, oftentimes something closer to 2%, especially if you're not the only offer for the home. But we don't advise putting any more than 5% of the purchase price at the very most. And that is important to note because if you decide to go firm on an offer, so if you put an offer for a home with a condition of, say, home inspection, if you complete your home inspection, you say, I'm happy with it. Yes, let's do it. I'm very excited about this house. Let's go ahead. Your offer now becomes firm. So you are firmly committed to buying this home. If you decide to pull out of the agreement after that time, due to other reasons, say perhaps you've sometimes even just changed your mind entirely, you don't want to buy a house anymore, the sellers will most likely, almost certainly, keep that deposit that you've put for the home. That is guaranteed earnest money for them. So you don't want to make the deposit too big in case something horrible happens where you can't close on the house anymore. You don't want to lose out on too much money that will be life-changing to you. The next point here in your offer is to determine whether you need conditions. The most common condition in offers in Ontario is a home inspection condition. The other one that's very common is a financing condition, and this allows you to make sure that uh, you will be able to get financing for the home you're buying. Even if you don't need a mortgage, it could be helpful to have a financing condition to make sure that your ducks in a row and that you'll be able to move money around uh, in a timely manner to meet the deadline you're agreeing to here. And another condition that is very common for condos is a status certificate review. If you're buying a condo, it's important to note that you're not only buying the unit you're buying, but you're also buying into the condo corporation, which oftentimes runs the building where the unit is, and sometimes even more than that building. Sometimes it runs multiple buildings. It runs some common elements. It runs a pool. It runs, multiple other things that are all part of the condo corporation. If the condo corporation is in bad financial or legal health, you, as the unit owner, might be liable to help them get out of that trouble. So, something that could happen is you buy a condo, and if you don't review the status certificate, you might not notice that the condo is actually in financial ruins, and they will, collect money from unit owners to save themselves, to get themselves out of trouble. So, you, as the new homeowner, might be suddenly liable to pay a huge amounts of money. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars here. So before buying a condo, you want to look at the status certificate. You want to have your lawyer review it, but not only your lawyer, you want to review it yourself, have a qualified, experienced realtor looking at it with you, perhaps even have an accountant look at it if you'd like to go that route. But you want to make sure you're getting into a corporation that is financially and legally healthy, a corporation that is running things correctly so that you're not stuck paying absurd amounts of money out of your pocket in the future. That's pretty much it here for this one. So showings are a process of elimination. It might be, again, overwhelming in the beginning, but use your team, start out large, visit a lot of places. It's important if you hire, a realtor who's working in your best interest. They will take the time to show you your options, and slowly but surely you will narrow those options down to a few, and you'll know what to look for in your home here. Now, a well-written offer by a realtor working in your best interest will protect you. You will make sure you include price in there, deposit amount. You can offer the dates you would like. So if you want to move in 3 months, in your offer, you can make sure that that is included in there. So you can, work, again, a realtor working in your best interest will make sure that you're writing an offer that has timelines that suit your needs and wants. Other things to consider beyond even conditions are inclusions. So as you walk through your home, you might see some things that you want to be sure are included in the house. So something that's very common is perhaps a custom built desk. Oftentimes, fixtures are included in a home, in a purchase price of a home. So if you took a home, flipped it upside down and shook it, anything that fell out of there would be considered a chattel, and you would have to write it into your offer to make sure it's included in purchase price. But something that's fixed is normally included, but you still might want to write into your offer to be entirely sure it's going to be there. Custom built desk, again, could be fixed to the wall, but maybe ripping it out is going to make it, change the layout of the room. Perhaps you want that desk included for the price you're paying for the house. So it'll be important, again, to take note of things you want in the purchase price and include them in your offer. That's it for part number 2. Next part is negotiation and due diligence. Again, I'll see you very soon.